Hope you guys are doing well. I just wanted to make this very quick video. Because especially this year specifically, I've been keeping, more off of social media, listening less to the talk shows and the radio shows like 94 WIP. Fanatic has kind of been all right, but even so, I've just been keeping myself, narrow street, nothing crazy, just because all these outlets and all these different voices and all these different opinions, primarily just to get clicks and, to really drive a narrative, to get attention and this, that, the other. Like, I'm not about that, I speak my truth and nothing but the truth. I say what I mean, and what I mean is primarily always what I feel, and what I feel can change like everybody, and just a couple of days ago, I'm saying the season is over, that this team under this regime is not going to be able to do anything regardless of the players, regardless of their performances. It all starts with coaching, and I still stand true to that. Is the season over? Obviously, it's not over. It's a momentary feel. That's how I felt minutes after the game, a day removed from the game. That's the mindset, the mentality that I had. And it's still a strong feeling that I have. But the Eagles have the Las Vegas Raiders. Kenny Pickett is going to be playing. If there's ever a get-right game, it is this one. As much as I still truly do believe that the Eagles are better than teams like the Chargers, teams like the Bears, teams like the Cowboys, the teams that have really put a number on us, not because they're better than us, but because we've been beating ourselves. The Raiders are the last straw. They truly are. And that's nothing against the Raiders. That's nothing against Pete Carroll or Geno Smith, Kenny Pickett, Brock Bowers, any of the guys that they have on that team, Max Crosby especially. Like, they got players. Like, don't get me wrong, but they haven't been winning games for a reason. And I just wanted to shed light on this because so many fans want to come out and fully show their true colors when it comes to the quarterback position. If I hear you saying you want to see Tanner McKee playing over Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl MVP, because he had one horrific game, there's no denying that it was a bad game, you need to be reevaluated. And I'm sorry, but your status as an Eagles fan goes up in question for me. And that's mean, that's harsh. Deal with it, because Jalen Hurts is the only Eagles quarterback in NFL history, in Eagles history, to make it to not one but two Super Bowls. He's been in the postseason every single year. He's been a starter from week 1 to week 17 to week 18 now. Like, I don't need much more to prove what he has deserved, and that is a little bit of leeway. Like, if you want to boil the game against the Chargers down to just Jalen Hurts, sure, you could do that. You can point out all the flaws and all the mistakes that he had made, because he made plenty. But let's not disregard the fact that A.J. Brown had 3 big-time catches that he did not make that turned everything against the Eagles. One of them was a tip drill interception, where he was bracing for impact as opposed to going all out, making the catch, and continuing a drive. One of them was a game-leading touchdown that most likely, given how the defense had played, continued to play after that dropped pass, mind you, would have iced the game, and it was the best throw that Jalen Hurts had made that entire night, and that would have quieted all these haters down, because he made that throw and AJ made that catch, but AJ didn't make that catch. And obviously the very first play of the game, broken play, AJ goes down the field and Hurts lobs it up. He gets a hand on it, doesn't catch it. Like, I'm sorry. And that's just one player. Mind you, football is a team sport. Everybody loves to say that winning is not a quarterback stat, it's a team stat. Then hold the rest of the goddamn team accountable. Nobody wants to look and say, Jordan Mailata, you've been playing like a bum. You keep talking on 94 WIP, but you've been playing like a bum. What about the guys that are injured? Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, who are still putting out their all. They're not playing good football because they're hurt, but they're still out there performing. Fred Johnson, you played a great game. You had nothing going wrong with you, if I'm being completely honest. You're holding your own while we wait for Lane Johnson to come back. That's a fact. The only other guys that showed up against the Chargers were Dallas Goedert, and I guess you could say Saquon. He had that big touchdown run. Like, I'm sorry, but this team had way more problems than just Jalen Hurts and even just A.J. Brown. And that's not shifting blame. That is criticizing everybody, because everybody deserves a little bit of criticism. Jalen Hurts included, A.J. Brown included, the offensive line included, Saquon, Devontae Smith even. And I love me some Smitty, and he has done nothing wrong. But people say what you want about that interception that he throwing to Devontae Smith. He turned on his brake on a curl route and fell flat on his face. Didn't even have a chance to compete to make that an incomplete pass. Everything is more than just one player. Everything is more than just the quarterback. So why don't we start treating it the way we should be and hold everybody accountable? Y'all want to glaze or y'all want to hate, and it's always one specific person. And I get the quarterback is always going to get a lot of the blame. But when there are moments in time where quarterbacks make the play necessary and it gets called back for a hold, when the quarterback makes a throw necessary but the receiver doesn't come up with it, or the quarterback gets the ball to the guy he's trying to target and he tips it into an interception, there's layers to this. Benching Jalen Hurts ain't going to do anything because Tanner McKee is going to get killed out there. I'm sorry, man, but I needed to air this out. And no matter what people want to say, it's more than just the quarterback in this scenario with the way this team, with the way this offense is operating. And that's the fact of the matter. I feel how I feel. I'll talk about the Raiders game on Friday. Everybody needs to take a chill pill. Get off your goddamn phones and stop listening to people on social media and focus on the Raiders. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you all on Friday.